Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're back with our final faction team, the Lightbearer team, all the way in 24-15, so doing absolutely phenomenal when it comes to the campaign push. So looking at the Lightbearer team that we've built so far, we have Belinda at 5 stars already, our first and only 5-star hero. Lucius Falks is almost at 5 stars as well. Rowan, Rose, and Gwyneth. We already have our 6th hero at ascended already, which is kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and we will use our soul stones first, just like we always do. So here we have 2 of them, which double Graveborn. That's okay. Chimera we can always use for the tower pushes, for the faction towers. Quite a bit of fodder there from our rare stones, which is very, very good. So we'll go ahead and we'll get these guys up. We'll take a quick look at the wish list. That gave us a Chimera to Elite Plus, as you've seen. So I changed up the wish list quite a bit. Lucius being a primary tank, we want to put stars on him. Remember, when you get a hero up to Ascended, it adds 20% to the hero stats when you go ahead and get them up. If you add a star to them, it only adds 2.5%. So the goal here is to get a team of Lightbearers up to Ascended, and then we'll worry about the stars once we have our primary DPS at 5 stars. So looking at that, we have Hendrik, which is the Gwyneth-Hendrik combo. So trying to build him up, we do need a lot more copies of. As well as Oscar we want to try, Cecilia we want to try. And Rowan is another hero that I really want to focus on getting stars on. But I think at Ascended, I'm going to go ahead and swap him out and actually go for Rose at this point. Because over time, we're going to have a lot more heroes. So I'm thinking Rose because Rose actually... Thinking about it, we'll swap Rowan in. The reason is Falks is almost 5 stars. So once Falks hits 5 stars, we can no longer, there's no need to buy him in the Challenger store. Belinda is already 5 stars, so there's no reason to buy her in the Challenger store. That just leaves Rose. So right now in the Challenger store, I can focus on Falks, get the 2 copies that I need, and Falks can be completely 100% done. Then we can focus on just buying Rose because she is our last Lightbearer hero that is in the store. So we'll keep the wish list just as we had it. So let's go ahead and we'll get into our friendship summons first. Hopefully we can pull an elite. We haven't been too lucky here, but quite a bit of fodder. I mean, half of the cards there were fodder. We'll get into our regular summons, which we did get the 30 scrolls from the code that we just redeemed. So thank you, Lilith. Quite a bit more fodder there. As long as half the cards are rare, I'm happy. It's when we just get 2 or 3 that it can be a little frustrating with the summons, but there's our first elite. Hopefully it is a Lightbearer. It is another copy of Chimera. All right, so it looks like we're going to get a bunch of copies of Chimera. We do need to work on our 7th Ascended hero on this account, so we do need to pull a couple of heroes. If it's going to be Oscar, we'll pull Oscar. If it's going to be Hendrik, if it's going to be Cecilia, depending on who we pull here. And a double right there. Hopefully we got a Lightbearer. The copy of the twins. Look at that. Unlock the Celestial Twins. One of the most useful and powerful heroes in the game. Absolute support class. And a copy of Pharrell. So it seems like it's going to be Graveborn Day all around. So continue the summons here. Hopefully, like I said, we need to pull a couple Lightbearers at least, which that gives us a Elite Plus copy of Pharrell and a lot of fodder there. A couple more Elite Plus. We're starting to get a lot of food, which is why we need a couple more Lightbearer heroes so we can go ahead and work on getting them up a little higher. And there's another Elite. Hopefully it's a Lightbearer. It is Chimera again. All right, so that's our 3rd copy of Chimera. So maybe Chimera, they want me to ascend because they just keep handing me copies of her. And another elite. Come on, Lightbearer. It is Iran. All right, so maybe we won't get any Lightbearers this turn. But we did get a lot of very, very good heroes. Like I said, for the faction tower is going to make a big, big difference. And our final hero here is a copy of Brutus. All right, so everything but Lightbearers. So we have 1 card on the table. We have 2 Lightbearer summons. Let's go ahead and see if we can have enough in our barracks, which unfortunately we don't right now. So we're just going to have to go ahead and save that. All right, we have 2 more chances plus the card to go ahead and get a Lightbearer hero we need. Let's see, it's probably going to be a Falks. It is a copy of Rose. Very nice. We can always use more copies of Roses. Okay, 2 pulls here. We need a hero, or we're just going to keep collecting food on this account. Double Lightbearer. We got, who do we got? Lucius and Lucius. All right, so that still leaves us with the same fodder situation. We have 1 more pull, but a double Lucius to automatically add 1 star to him. Very, very crazy on the pull. Last one, which is going to be a nothing. All right. So we did get a couple more chests there. A lot of emblems out of our summons. Stargazers, we don't have anything at this point. So we'll go ahead and look at this. We have Brutus, we have Chimera, Lucius, Eron, and Rose. Absolute dynamite team right there just with them 5. But we'll go ahead and get a little bit more fodder. Like I was saying though, we'll go ahead and add a star to Lucius. We are starting to see just a ton of fodder on this account that we're just waiting to build some heroes. We actually just need to pull some heroes here. So as you see, we have Thane at, I believe, Legendary at this point, but look at the fodder. We have 3 Hogans, we have 2 Angelos. I thought about building a Strilda, which we might in the future, depending how lucky or unlucky we get with pulls. Thane, I'm kind of hesitant to build. He might be actual food if we can get anybody up, which we need another copy of him. Like I was saying though, we need a copy of Hendrik, we need a copy of Cecilia, we need a copy of Oscar. So very, very bad RNG with the pulls that we did today. But let's go ahead and we will collect up some of our loot. I think that's just going to give us a couple more diamonds there, so nothing there. So let's take a look at our Lightbearer team. As it sits today, we have all T1 Lightbearer gear there. Just need to level up the artifact a little bit, plus 30 signature items, so she is pretty set to go. Lucius, same thing, we just need to work on the helmet, which actually we can go ahead and use our reset scroll. If we get the Lightbearer, this will conclude it for his gear, which, nope, I think we went right by it. So I'll keep it, thinking of Celestials, we'll go ahead and change it to Graveborn. Why not? Falks, we can definitely get his signature item up a little bit higher, which I believe this will take him to the plus 20. Defense rating is increased by up to 40%. So adding a lot more defense when it comes to him. Looking down the line, we have Rose, which we just leveled up to her 1 star, and then I believe we might have enough. Look at that, plus 30 signature item, second plus 30 signature item, restoring energy up to, or energy restored increased to 400 points, which is absolutely phenomenal. So what a signature item technically does is, if you look at it, once a hero hits 600 points, as you can see here, is above 600 points, he gives the energy potion, which gives them their last 400 points, allowing them to ult, which is super, super powerful because he has a skill that refills the cart too, which is healthy supplies. So once they go ahead and use the potion, another one comes on. So essentially giving 800 energy points to a hero, which is absolutely phenomenal. So looking at the team now, the only next focus is going to have to be Gwyneth. We'll go ahead and we will get Gwen up quite a bit with her signature item. That way when you use her, super, super powerful hero in the faction towers, as well as the damage that she does in the campaign. And even looking here, her plus 20 unlock, Gwyneth fires 2 arrows in quick succession when she or a nearby ally uses their ultimate, which is perfect when it pairs with Rowan, when it pairs with Robes, when it pairs with a bunch of different heroes that regen energy, will make her super, super effective. So plus 14 signature item there. We have Rowan's signature item maxed out. So I think at this point, we're going to go ahead and we're going to work on Lucius's. Plus 30, remove the majority of enemy debuffs used. Absolute great signature item to have at plus 30. Plus, you have to remember on this comp is he is our primary tank. He is our only plate wearer, so he is the primary tank. Also with this is Rowan does really, really well at his current level, but we do have the opportunity to level him up a little bit more, which will get his damage control ability. Or we can go with Gwyneth, or excuse me, with Rose. Spring cleaning ability doesn't really make that much of a big difference. Same with Falk's normal attack damage increased to 30%, so a little bit more damage, not a big difference. Rowan living makes a huge difference, so making sure that we can keep Rowan alive will be vital. So we'll go ahead and level up his damage control. So not only giving him more stats there, is he gets 82 defense, 84. I mean, look at the amount of tech and hit points that he gains, all the way to 240. So we have our third 240 max hero. I believe we do have a couple stones here. So we'll go ahead and level up his boots. The reason we focus on the boots first is because of the haste. If you look at the haste ability, it is by far the most powerful haste. So not only that does he get 11, is with his faction bonus, with it being a Lightbearer piece, gets even stronger. Making him attack faster, regen energy faster, do his ult, makes the whole team get energy faster, repeating the cycle over and over. So I think that we'll conclude it for the teams. That is all of our stones at this point. So we will go ahead and push into the campaign. We're on 24-15, only team in 24, and they're already making good progression into 24. So let's go ahead and get into the campaign. So we're at 24-15, so almost a quarter of the way through chapter 24, which is a huge, huge accomplishment, especially with the faction team. Very, very difficult to make headway of the chapter. Even though we got Rowan to 240, we got some signature items up, got some gear up. Our team remains pretty consistent, short of the ability to swap in Gwyneth now because she is ascended as well. As you can see here, even at level 240, Lucius is still dying relatively quickly. That was already a first defeat right off the bat. And it's due to the combination of the CC. So between Tassie's Banish and Arden's Root, very, very tough to overcome the CC. Falk's using him to kind of clear off some of the buffs and some of the debuffs that we're getting. But it's going to be very close here. I think we're going to pull it off with Lyco, which we got it. Very, very nice. So a little bit more progression there. Brings us to 26-14 or 24-16, excuse me. Again, dealing with Sylvana. Sylvana will always go onto Rose, and that's why I like pairing her with Belinda. So Belinda actually has a chance to get Sylvana down, as you can see right there. Just the sheer amount of damage that she does, and look at that, a triple nuke on the top to take out the rest of the heroes. 24-16 is done. So another boss stage completed at that point. Brings us to 24-17. Brutus on this account is not as deadly as you've seen with the Wilders or with the Maulers because of Falk's ability to go ahead and take care of his shield. Not only does he confine him most times, but this time he actually confined Kasos. So we got a shield up there. He went ahead and confined Brutus. So now at this point it's just going to be a waiting game because Brutus is going to be the last hero that we got here. We actually could have just saved our ults. But once the immunity is gone, he'll be as good as dead, and that'll be the campaign stage. As you can see, went ahead and used his ability. So that brings us to 24-18. Again, making really, really good progression into Chapter 24. Still the only campaign team that is in 24. In Thane, we almost got down before he did his ult, which is absolutely devastating. But there we go. We got him down. Very nice. And the other good thing right here is if you look at Falk's, is he has the ability to remove the majority of the buffs the opponent team is using, which makes him super, super powerful, especially when you have heroes like Savius that are very reliant on the buffs. So when he actually ults, he buffs himself, as you can see. But Savius's ult will actually get rid of the buffs that are on Savius as well, and the shield on Brutus, which is the high priority. So there we go. We got Savius buff and we got Brutus' shield down. Combination of the two should make it a pretty easy win at this point, which it does. So continuing the progression, 24-19. So again, almost halfway through, or a quarter of the way through Chapter 24. If you look at the bottom, Goldus and the Spider Queen, even though she provides some CC, they do have the ability between both of them for Belinda and Rose to get them down. as well as a very, very nice stun there from Rowan. That is the reason the team synergy does so well. Is you have Rose who stuns, you have Belinda who nukes super, super hard, Falks that can buff defense, because now we have his plus 20 signature item, so buffing defense up to 40%. Lucius, which has the ability to negate a lot of damage. And if you've noticed, most of the campaign stages, he is the first who takes Rowan's potion a majority of the time. So in here, it's going to be kind of a waiting game with Brutus, which we get him down. So another campaign stage done. 24-20, 8 million damage from Belinda. So just absolutely super nuker, and that is a third of the way through. So 24-21. Again, we know Sylvana's going to go right over to Rose. Got a confine for Shamira, so we know how the battle's going to go. That way, if we do have to replay it. Perfectly timed stun with Rowan. Should give us enough to get Nomura down, which it does. And look at that. Shamira goes back into the confine. So by the time she comes up, she's actually going to be the only hero left at this point, which, boom. Perfect timing from Belinda. Ult to actually get both of them right down. 24-22, again with Sylvana. Sylvana, Athalia, Brutus, just, it seems like a lot of the campaign stages just run that exact same combination through a ton of the stages. And it looks like Shamira's, when Shamira ults, most of the time that's it. If you allow her to get an ult off, with Falks dying a little bit earlier there, she was able to. So we go ahead and put her in the confine. If she ults, most of the time, that's it. It's over. Even with Lucius's shield, most of the time we cannot burn through it, or we don't cycle through the shields fast enough unless you're running the twins. But it looks like this time we might be able to get it down. Shield there. I believe we still have Shamira confined. Nope, I think she died. Oh, yeah, she is confined. I was going to say, I thought she was. Very easy to get her down when it's 5-on-1, though. That's really the only way. A lot of times, if she gets her ult off, even 5-on-1, she still has the ability as a super solid carry hero. She'll still take down all 5 heroes all by herself, which is kind of crazy. So Rowan there with the perfect stuns, cleared all the shields off. So we should be able to get Naru with the ult. Perfect. As long as Lucius can hold the top, whether there's 2 or 3 heroes on the top, pretty easy to get them down. And again, Shamira, best way to deal with her is Falks, honestly. Most of the time when I use Nara, so the combination of Nara pulling Shamira 90% of the time will just kill Nara. So it's not even really a contest. Where Falks and the Confine or Tassie with the Banish work way better than Nara. Nara's really good on heroes that do CC, but not heroes that do heavy damage like Shamira. And Veden is so difficult at these higher stages. And this one too, with Sylvana coming over, almost killing Rose instantly. As you can see there, she went down again. We got a Banish on our Belinda. So that doesn't leave much of the team really left. And another Banish. And that's what makes Tassie so powerful. Sylvana came down and just took Belinda right out, just in a 1-2 shot. Absolutely devastated. And just like most of the teams, if your primary damage goes down like Belinda or Iran, Sophia, most of the time the team can't support. There's not enough damage. Falks isn't putting out enough to go ahead and complete the stage. And there we cleared off the shields. Rose stayed up this time, but now Rowan went down. We are just getting absolutely dominated on this stage. Sylvana on Rose. Confine's working perfect. Lucius is going down really quick with the Veden Naru combo. Because remember, versus Lightbearers, Graveborns do get the extra damage. We'll give it 1 or 2 more tries. 24-24. But it looks like even there, Rose is just getting absolutely decimated. And as we get further in the campaign, we know the Graveborn teams would be the problem, just being the off faction. They do get the bonus damage to our heroes. Coupled with Tassie. Look at that. Veden just took Belinda out in like 3 hits. That's all it took. Swapped it up a couple times. I'm thinking maybe try Rowan up front, but I think he's going to die too quick. Veden into Rue. Nope, just absolutely destroyed him. So what I figured is as a pseudo tank, that wouldn't really work, even on the top with Leica. It would kind of be the exact same, so I think this might be the stopping point. We'll go ahead and give it one more try, because I would love to get the stage down and continue to progress. But as we're going into chapter 24, we know it's just going to get more and more difficult. But we do have 6 ascended heroes on this team and a lot of fodder if we're going to go ahead and get somebody else up at this point. So that one was a little closer. I think if we don't lose Rose at the beginning, that's what's kind of throwing it off there. And if you've watched the other videos, we got rid of the 3 defeats rule just because we are getting further in the campaign. So we've been sticking with the same team, which they're perfect stun. But the banish, we can't get Belinda to do anything. All right, so after multiple attempts, that will go ahead and conclude it for the Lightbearer team. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Super excited to see the progression all the way to 24-24. Got 6 ascended heroes and a lot of signature items. And as always, thank you for watching.